I guess it didn't save big enough.
Nah.
You should have. If you'd have texted me earlier, I could have pulled it up on the laptop. Cause I
put a word a page or something.
Huh?
You said put a word a page and later.
No, like I would have pulled it up on my laptop so I could have edited better. Like,
oh yeah.
When I like tried to print, like I said, when I printed it off on my phone the first time, it only printed half the page, and then I tried uploading it to Google Docs, and it was like hella weird for me to try and like adjust the font and get it expanded. Like every time I would do it, it wouldn't look good.
Yeah.
Which I know was probably because I was rushing it, but at the same time,
it wasn't easy either.
No.
But yeah, about the shooting at the Virginia Municipal Center. Did you guys hear about it?
Yes.
You guys heard about it? Okay. You guys know exactly like what happened and everything that was involved?
I don't.
You know?
I know everything that happened. It just don't make sense still.
Yeah, I don't know the motive or anything.
Yeah,
nobody knows the motive.
Yeah, nobody knows the motive. But yeah, but yeah, if you guys are listening, just basically, a guy walked in there with 2 .45 caliber pistols.
Yeah, 2 4.5s, a silencer, and extended mags.
Yeah, an extended mag and a gun silencer.
Both of which are illegal.
Yeah, and yeah.
Extended
which ones?
Extended mags are illegal now, and silencer.
Nah, gun suppressors.
Silencers are suppressors are illegal. You have to get like law enforcement approval.
I thought I read that he bought it legally. That's what I'm saying.
I heard that
he might have got it.
I was told that he had the clearance to do that. Not like I don't know if he had clearance, but he had the ability to obtain one.
Like you can. Of course, you can get them.
Like he's able to.
Yeah. Of course, you can get them. Like you have to get law enforcement approval, or like. You essentially have to go through law enforcement to get him. Like you just can't buy one off the street.
But yeah, he killed
12.
Yeah, 12 people. 11 people were his colleagues. I'm not even going to say his name because I did see on the news like they weren't. I read that they wasn't even saying.
They said his name.
They were named once.
Yeah, they only named him once.
I never saw it.
Basically, what his name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll just look at it later.
I mean, Wavy only said it.
Have you seen his picture?
No.
You haven't seen his picture? Mm-mm. Oh, so you don't know if he's black or white?
I know he's black.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
ABC News had everything up there. Well, they didn't take the same approach.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was about to ask because I thought he bought the suppressor legally. I was about to say, like, what does a person need with a suppressor legally? Like, what do you need a suppressor for? Like, what do you think you would buy a suppressor for?
Assassination.
Like just killing somebody in silence, right?
That's that, or unless you have like a gun channel. I know a lot of people in the gun channel always be showing off their suppressors. Like
but what would you need to use the suppressor for? That's
like you said, practical use.
Yeah, like to kill a deer in silence.
Not even because when you shoot a deer, well, first off, who puts a silence on a shotgun?
No, I was thinking
can
more
you do
like
that.
Yeah, you can do it in Call of Duty.
Yeah, that is true. I was thinking more of a pistol, but yeah, that'd be you can do that.
You
too.
don't hunt deer with pistols, but
not me. Not people. But I was just thinking, like, what would you use an actual silencer for other than a silent killing, basically? You know, I was just thinking, like, why would they even sell that legally? But if you guys say you can't get that legally, then I understand.
Like you or I, Desmond, we would have
get it.
Yeah.
But the thing was, he was like a former Marine and all of that.
But yeah, it's just crazy.
Something like that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive that I read that he previously served. And that, like, I'm almost positive I read it because the first thing that came to my mind was, well, when was he dealing with stuff that
mental illness? Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, the only possible explanation that I was like mistreatment, some type of mistreatment at work, or some type of mental illness that had him do it. You see anything? You see anything?
I'm looking at the actual ABC article.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Brian's gonna keep looking up that. Of course, we're gonna send our condolences out to the victims and the families, of course. But let's get into this podcast, though. We're already like 5 minutes in. But as always, welcome back to the Infusion Breakdown Show. It's your boy Joshua Freeman. To my left, I got Mr. Bryan Carey. To my right, I got Mr. Desmond Tillmon. You guys doing good?
Man, fucking tastic, bro.
Fantastic.
Couldn't be better.
What we talking about today? What we talking about? Before we actually get into the first topic, though, I wanted to ask. I don't know if you guys know about what's supposed to be happening with Instagram about the likes. Did you guys hear about?
Yes.
No.
You guys hear?
Yeah.
About?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear
about the likes being hidden.
Yeah, hit it. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's really neat. I think Kanye West had alluded to it. He said that he proposed it, I guess, last year.
He did.
Like he was on somebody's podcast, he had posted about that. That he was saying that social media shouldn't have likes because we talked about it before, like when we had Leanne and Matt here, and it's like it's just social currency. That's all it is. And I think I had saw on Instagram they had instantiated that, like the taking likes with that they had done like a pilot in Canada or something. like that.
I think they're doing it
to
now.
a lesser degree, and they were thinking about seeing how that goes and then extending it. And I think it's a good idea.
You think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
So what's going to replace likes? Like it's just going to be a picture with nothing?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the people's picture who likes it. Like the person, I think, can click on it, but he can't see exactly how many people like it.
Right.
To actually see, I think they have to actually literally count it themselves, like how many
You
people
can see,
like. You can see.
From my understanding, you could see, like, if you post a picture, you can see who liked it.
Yeah.
But I would never see that.
Yeah, exactly. I would see how many likes I get, but no one else would see how many likes you get. But I wanted to ask you guys this, basically. Like, do you guys think Instagram, like the trend of Instagram would die down because of that? Or do you think it would get better? You think people will like it more?
I just think that they open the door for like competition. Because people are going to get what they want, how they want to get it.
Competition as far as other platforms?
Yeah.
Like new platforms?
Chasing the dopamine.
Yeah.
And you think about it, Instagram has been one of the most prevalent social media platforms for a while now.
I mean, it's really only one of the only social media that you can really post a picture and
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
like, I stopped using Snapchat the moment I got Instagram. So I was like a lot of the people that I know that have both will literally take something from Instagram and post it to Snapchat. It's never the other way around. They never take anything from Snapchat and post it to Instagram.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so you said, do you guys? You said you opened the door for other platforms.
Yeah.
You think too? They opened the door for.
I mean, naturally so, but I think it's a move in the right direction because you look at the way that the like system is set up. Like, of course, there was no ill intent or malice behind like creating the system, but just some people's lives are so dependent on the number of likes that they get, and then like the amount of followers and stuff like that. Like they need that external validation from other people, and then so they're so dependent on it. When you take that away, who are they? Like I saw one chick, she was on Snapchat and she was crying because her Instagram got deleted. So all her followers and stuff.
You follow the wrong people, Playboy. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
I mean, it's people like that.
Honestly, I hate when people. I don't know. They probably don't do this now, but people used to actually make a second account, be like, and used to put in the bio, "Oh, this is my backup account in case my other one gets deleted." Like, why do you need a backup account? Chill. Like, it's just Instagram. Trust me. But I'm about to act like isn't Instagram about attention? Do you guys feel Instagram is about attention?
It is to a degree.
Attention and information.
Intention. What the type of information? Or
you
like
can
about
find,
other
you
people.
can find anything.
Like for example, like how many fact pages do you see? And then you see like news outlets also. Then you like businesses. For example, my friend Rich, he does photography for different restaurants. He promotes stuff like this. So he'll go to a restaurant, do food reviews, and take pictures and stuff like that. He has a huge following on there. I didn't know that, but so that's how his business is ran. So you have businesses that are ran through social media platforms because Instagram provides you free marketing. And all that you have those. You have people who just want to share insight because I take pictures of flowers and shit all the time and post. I like it. I'm gonna post it regardless of whether you like it or not. So you also have people who do that to share stuff, but then you also have people who do stuff for the external validation from other people who they'll sit there and say, like one of the biggest things is, or I guess I see more so girls do it. I haven't seen a guy do it, but just the phrase in the caption, they'll say, not sure if I like this, I might delete later. What that means is if I don't get enough likes, I'm going to delete this picture.
I'm not sure if I like this, I'm going to delete it. What do you mean you're not sure? You like it, you know.
What it means is if I don't get as many likes, I'm going to delete this picture. That's how
delete the picture.
That's how I interpret it, because anytime it gets like some massive amount of likes or something like that, they'll keep it.
And change the caption.
I don't even know.
Because you can change the caption.
You can change the caption. But he's saying, do they actually do it?
They probably do. I mean, I don't see them keeping that same caption up there.
Sounds like an interesting study. Unless Instagram removes captions as well.
But
what was that?
Sounds like an interesting topic, period.
Oh, about the social media. But
they're owned by the same Facebook and Instagram.
You said what?
Facebook and Instagram is owned by the same entity.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, they died down. If Instagram was to take away that system, well, Facebook still has it. So people might migrate to another. That's the next biggest platform, I'm assuming.
I feel like people, the thing about Facebook, I feel like people was already on Facebook. I feel people, well, at least our age, look at Facebook as more of an adult thing. Like, your mom is on Facebook. Like, do I really want a Facebook? If my mom's going to be on Facebook, comment on my posts every time.
Well, it's not a measure of it's not a matter of do I want it, it's do I want to use it, because
Yeah,
the kind of content that you put on, like I have Facebook,
but it won't be as, I'm saying it won't be as big as Instagram.
I mean, you can
That's what I'm saying.
but
you can set your Facebook up to where your mom can't see your posts.
yeah. And even then, the
But I mean,
kind of content you share on
she
different platforms is
She only
different.
has a handful of friends, probably anyway. So she and part of the reason why she goes to Facebook is to see your post. So she would ever just mom will block you.
Bro, my mom be doing her own thing on Facebook. Shout out to my mom. She be doing her own thing, bro. Anywhere she go, everybody getting tagged. She can go to like when she lived in Italy, she would go to like what is it called, Terramina. And it would only be with my brother, but everybody would get tagged. My sister, my god brother, my dad, everybody would be tagged. Like my nana. My mom got her own little setup.
So do you guys? So are we really witnessing the downfall of Instagram? If this shit
The
happens,
downfall of Instagram.
yeah.
We have yet to see.
Do you think
There's gonna be some backlash to it
Yeah, I think it.
because it's social currency.
I feel it's gonna slowly die down after that happens. Honestly,
But what's the next though? Man?
So be it.
Like what?
that's a good question. That if it doesn't die down, I feel it's just basically because people don't know what's gonna be next. Basically,
Like think about like all the stuff that's came along, but only has been like a trend. What is it called? Vine was one, and then there was another one. It was like had like an orange user face. It's like Cinemagram or something like that. You remember that one? You remember that? You never heard of it? It was something like that.
this is where you post pictures.
No, like,
post videos.
you post videos because Instagram didn't have the video option yet.
Yeah.
So you would record on like Vine or like Cinemagram, and that's where your videos would go. But then you would post pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
But see, I still think that mindset is still going to transfer to those other platforms, because you look at, for example, there are people who they look to amass views
As far as the likes and the views?
No. Well, I'm comparing the likes to the views. So on
okay.
Snapchat, you can see who views your stuff. I stopped looking at that just because, what's the what does it do? So you have people who amass these large amounts, and they'll be like, okay, I'm at 10K views, and they'll post on like their other platforms, like follow me. I'm trying to get my views up. So there's some value to them for that, and they base some of theirs maybe self-worth, I don't know, or whatever, they seek an audience or whatever it is. But that's also like that could be a transition, because that's the same system is present in other platforms, but in a different way.
I don't know, man. As much as I say it opens the door for competition, you actually have to sit back and think, well, like, damn, what other platform is as versatile as Instagram, to where it's like compatible with your freelancers, and it's compatible with the businesses, it's compatible with people that just want to be everyday average Joes on it. Like, I haven't been on Twitter in a while, since like 2016, but
Twitter was the thing.
I'm almost positive that Twitter is not set up any different than what it was in 2016, but Instagram is definitely set up different than what it was in 2016.
It integrated all the features that Snapchat had,
and then it also became business friendly at the same time.
Right.
You can change your profile and have all your you can have your damn contact information up there without having to post it. Like, how when this was like 2015. I'm pretty sure it's the same way now, where like people would have like booking info in their bio on Twitter. Yeah, like you don't even have to have your booking info in your bio no more. You can literally just change your account, and somebody can hit email, and it brings up like a composed email.
Dang.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like
It's on my IG, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, think about like all those fitness. Have you ever been to like a fitness Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
And like it always says like call or email.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like, you don't have to put your information in the bio no more. You can literally hit call. You literally hit email. Like, have you ever heard of like Ben Wegman? He's like this realtor down in like Texas, and he posts like really, really nice modern or contemporary houses. He posts everything, but that's just think about the amount of people that think about that traffic, that virtual traffic that comes through and looks at all that stuff, and then it's like you also have the ability to call him from Instagram. Mm-hmm. You have the ability to get his number and text him. Of course, it like to him, you get an influx of people that really just want to see the houses and don't want to buy stuff. But at the same time, think about all the millionaires, all the football players, basketball players,
right,
hockey players who want a realtor, but don't want to have to go through the hassle of finding a realtor. Hop your ass on Instagram, see what his workload is, and connect with him through there. Like it's super beneficial if you know how to utilize it to your advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also like a really neat platform. Like at its base to just share stuff with you in your social network. But the problem is when you dedicate too much of your personal energy to it.
I feel like the cannabis industry definitely benefits from the way Instagram is set up now too.
How so?
I mean, think about it. Like same way I mentioned with like the realtor, you can literally call, text, email any dispensary like as you're going in. Like if you're looking for a dispensary, hop on Instagram, find it.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I thought you were referring to like some other unique way to that industry or something like that.
I was just like from the business aspect.
But yeah, I just wanted to ask you guys that. What do you guys think too? What's gonna happen with your likes? Are you gonna like it? Do you think Instagram is gonna die? Let us know, okay? But the actual main question we're gonna get into today is, if the love that you accumulate is based on lies, does that mean it's not a real feeling? So, what do you guys think? Remember, comment below. Let us know, okay? So, does anybody wants to?
I need some clarification first.
I do too. What is a real feeling?
Hold on, you said what are feelings?
What are feelings?
So you said
I don't feel.
It's phrased as if the love you accumulate, not the love that you experience personally, like you loving the other person, but the love that you got from that person.
Yes. Well, you can look at it both ways or either way if you want to.
I want to be on the same page.
You accumulate that.
What's the consensus?
Accumulate. Well,
The love that I receive based on
the love
false
that
premise?
you receive. I think receive is better.
Well, I think
yeah. What you say?
the way that the question is posed now that we have the clarification.
Did you
I need some time.
originally answer it a different way?
Yeah, I was thinking about it totally different, like reverse, like the love that I experienced.
Okay, you can answer it that way then.
So based on that, I would say no.
It's not
Because
real.
it's not fake. If the love that I experience based upon a false premise is not fake. Because you think about feelings, for example, they're totally insulated within ourselves. And for them to be real to someone else, that's not really a thing. And then for me to say that, okay, so also love itself as an action is more than just a feeling. So it's a conscious choice, and it's something that you have to do. Because just saying you love somebody doesn't mean anything, but if the actions support it, cool. So if I was to do something with a physical action under a false premise, does that change the fact that I still didn't? Maybe I thought something was underneath the cup, but I picked the cup up and moved it. The cup is still moved. That same logic applies to an action that results in an emotion. That's the logic I use for it.
I think if we dissect it to the point, there's only one obvious answer. And I think, of course, the answer is yes, it's real. But then you also your real question isn't even if what you experience is real. It boils down more to like self-respect, basing it off of your example. Self-respect and what you're willing to tolerate versus what you're willing to, not tolerate. Because if we're using your example and how you're in love with somebody for a year, then you find out they have a second life. No matter how hard you try, no matter how tough you think you are, it's still going to eat away at you. And if it continues to eat away at you, then that's how you know it's real. Like if it's something to where like one thing happens and you're like, oh well, fuck it, like I really didn't care to begin with, then that's not real. If you can literally let something go and it not mean anything to you, then it was never real love from the jump. Real love is going to eat away at you with time, and it's going to take time for you to have to rebuild yourself from the ground up to essentially stand for something again. Because real love can tear you apart just as much as it can build you. So my answer would be yes. And then you also have to think about how much damage, using your example, of course, that person is going to incur in an attempt to like get someone you love to commit to you because they were married or because they were seeing someone else. Like it's at the time, or when it gets to the point where y'all are actually able to get together, y'all aren't even going to be the same person anymore. You're still going to experience real love. It's just going to be that you're experiencing real love with a different person that you originally experienced with.
Yeah, I agree.
We can refer back to we had a conversation prior to today's shoot, and so you were saying about we both agreed on the tendency for when we love someone, we tend to overexert ourselves.
I think yes, we have the tendency to overexert ourselves, but I don't always think overexertion is bad if it's genuine and reciprocated.
Right.
I think it becomes toxic to a situation when there's overexertion and it's genuine but not reciprocated, because then when things aren't reciprocated, it ultimately just becomes like a breeding ground for doubt. And once doubt is in a relationship, no matter what relationship it is, it could be work, it could be intimate friendship, anything. Once doubt is there, it's hard to remove doubt. Like it's like a bacteria, it's like a fungus that is, that will eat away at you quicker than you will dissolve it. And you have to really like consider a lot. You got to take a lot of things into consideration with it. And you really should always get back down to like square one of like your own mental health and what keeps you sane, because once you try and battle doubt, it all boils down to how sane are you, like how much of your sanity are you willing to lose to battle doubt. And typically a lot of us don't have that strength, that mental strength to battle doubt once it's there. And that's why you see like a lot of relationships end prematurely, because some people will battle it to the end, and then like the finish line will be like right around the corner, but you're already exhausted, which then will bring you back to what I said earlier in that from that example was, once you battled out and you win, you're not going to be the same person you were before it entered into the situation.
No, but I have to disagree with you on the fact that you said most of what you said was right, but on the fact that you said overexertion is not always a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Which I feel like even when it's reciprocated, if you overexert yourself, by definition, that's giving too much.
Yeah.
And it's so giving is a primary focus, where taking care of yourself is a secondary one. So the question then is, when is giving too much?
I feel if it's reciprocated, it's not really overexertion.
Yeah, it's not overexertion because
to the point where it's at your own detriment. That's how I usually see it.
Yeah. And I still say it's not bad, because then you understand your tank, you understand what your capacity is, what you're able to tolerate, and what you're not.
Like neglecting your personal responsibilities. You have a test to study for, but your girl, she's been sick all night, and so you go, you say, after the test, I'm going over her house to make her some chicken noodle soup, rub her back and all that stuff. Yeah. And you fail your test. You make a habit out of doing stuff like that, prioritizing her needs. When she understands, she wants you to do those things. She wants, you can study for your test. But because of the person you are, you exert that love, you tend to overexert yourself. And you continue to do that at your own detriment. She could be doing the same thing, and you could just be destroying yourselves.
True.
Or if you're smart, you could just study for the test while you're taking care of her. But
if you're smart, but how many people are actually smart though?
I know people.
Even smart people.
We're not going to insult nobody.
We're not doing that today. Not today. Not today.
I mean, let's be real though.
We can be real all day. I'm just not about to.
I just think every option.
And even smart people don't always act in smart ways.
No, they don't, and that's the thing that I hate. Like, I hate when you know your own genius and you'll say something questionable, and then people like, what? Like, you get like just jump on you. I'm just like, bruh, you said a lot of dumb shit in the time that I've known you,
and I've excused it.
Yeah, I've excused it. The one time I say something, or the one time my brain is just not functioning, you wanna throw the goddamn gavel at me? Like, come on, man, no. You don't even bang the gavel. You just throw it at me. Like, come on.
That's crazy, but yeah.
It's crazy, but it's true.
But yeah.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts? No, I basically agree with you. I just feel like if a person falls in love with someone, well, if they doesn't turn out to be the actual someone, that doesn't mean they're not in love. Yeah. I mean, that just means they're in love with the wrong person. They're in love with the person they think they know or think they are, basically.
Exactly. And no relationship is ever like a waste of time. As much as you might feel it's a waste of time in the moment, it's a learning moment.
It's a developmental opportunity.
Yeah. Everything is a learning moment, basically.
And then you also got to think of like people's learning curves at the same time. Where some people will make, like myself, I'll admit it, I make the same mistakes. And I think you should say I should say emotional learning curve, because everybody has it. Like, some people will experience something once and be like, damn, I don't ever want to experience that again, and not make the same mistake. Whereas some people will be like, well, is this a part of life? Is this a part of being in a relationship? Is this part of being human and willing to test themselves until really they become their own demise? I'm guilty of staying in situations longer than I should because I always feel like there's a possibility that sunlight might be right around the corner.
Right.
The finish line might be right around the corner, and it's never there.
And if you really love somebody,
It's never there.
That's a cynicism.
and look, and like if you really love somebody, it's difficult for you to give up.
Yeah,
It's not an option
Yeah.
until you actually reach your breaking point. You can't give anymore.
It's like, okay, if I can give up, but what if she?
Right, exactly. And the only reason why I say it's never there is relate back to what I said. When it's finally there, you're not the same person you were when everything started. When you first began your search, when you first began your conquest.
The emotional state's change.
It is. You're more drained than you are charged. Like you're not gonna go into that situation with the same drive you had when you had to fix it. Like fixing relationships take a lot more out of you than just actually being in the relationship and everything being good.
Yeah.
Because when it's genuine, you can take a lot of stuff into consideration. You can think rationally. You can understand just about anything. When it's a struggle, it's like two irrational people like playing rock paper scissors and getting the same thing every time. You're just gonna be going in the cycle.
What you were saying about the amount of, like you're not the same person. So like each time you have an ordeal or I guess a challenge in the relationship, like it changes you. Like specifically if it's like a really severe one.
Yeah, and it's
so
sort of diffused every time.
Yeah, and I think it was Einstein who said that you can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created it.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be more complex. And then also something my dad told me. We were talking about relationships one time because my parents aren't together, so they got divorced when it was like sophomore year in college, junior year maybe. But so he was saying like a relationship is kind of like a vase. Like you have a nice vase on the counter and you knock the vase over once, you might break a piece off. You could put that piece back. But over time, if you keep knocking the vase over and over again, eventually it's irreparable. Mm-hmm. And that's synonymous too. It could be like, if you look at it from like, okay, cool, that could be a relationship. But if you look at the vase as yourself, you go through that same situation and knocking it over, breaking it, and putting pieces back. At the end, you might be able to put some super glue, duct tape, whatever you want to do, hodgepodge, I don't care, plaster of Paris maybe, but you can do all of that, but you're not the same.
Get this man out of a boxing ring.
You're not the same.
Antonio Margarito here.
Wow. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to say about this topic?
Nah, I think we were spot on with that one. That was actually good.
Yeah. Very insightful.
Yeah. But all right, my man Desmond over here about to give us the album of the week if he has one.
What was last week's album of the week? I think it was Ari Lennox on it.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ari Lennox. Yeah, it was.
I don't think I've done it yet, but like I told y'all,
I think I know you.
Get that title, that free title subscription.
Dude, we need a sponsorship. Here's title.
Yeah, not title ain't looking out for us.
Jay, what's going on?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, you the first
got the
first rap billionaire.
Jay, come on.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Since March 31st, I've been playing Victory Lap more than anything in the playlist, and I don't think I've shouted out Victory Lap yet. So
You didn't.
Victory Lap is gonna be my album of the week. It's probably gonna be my album of the year. It's probably gonna be the album of my lifetime because I don't think you've heard a lot of. Well, I'm just speaking from my perspective. I've heard a lot of complete albums, but Victory Lap is one of those things to where I've played it more times than I can count, and I listen to each song different every time I listen to it. And I don't think there's a lot of artists, whether it be posthumous? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Posthumous.
Posthumous, or even like Here Now, that you can listen to that music multiple times and not get tired of it. Like I can listen to Kendrick, but I can't listen to Kendrick the same way I listen to Victory Lap. I can listen to Drake, anybody.
You can't listen to Kendrick over and over and over, basically.
It's the relatability.
I can listen to Victory Lap. I'll even go back and listen to the old stuff and like just try and understand the the evolution of him as a person. So, Victory Lap will be my album of the week for a minute. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you all it's not the only thing I listen to, but when I'm at work and you gotta remember you working 9 to 5, you you gotta have like some entrepreneurial spirit inside of you. And I think Nipsey is a good.
He embodied that.
Yeah, he embodied that. So it's a good target.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Nipsey, man. But what'd you say?
I hate to step on your toes when doing the album of the week, but last Friday, Denzel Curry just dropped Zoo.
I listened to it on the way home today.
Check it out. Not album of the week, but check it out.
Yeah, it's a nice project. I saw Denzel Curry drop one, and then like Skepta drop one. And if you know Skepta was on a Drake album. He was that British rapper that randomly would come into the track every now and then. He got his album from what I listened to. It got some pretty decent production on it. So check him out as well. If you can tolerate British rap, of course.
Y'all like 21 Savage, right?
Come on, bro. All right. We out of here, man. Go ahead, sign us out. We out, bro.
But you guys heard it here first. But you guys heard it here. What do you remember this guy? This guy, buddy. But remember, comment below. Let us know about the topics we discuss. But we see you guys next week. Peace.
Welcome to the show. Go and take a seat. Let's talk about the world while taking a sip of tea. A bunch of brothers come together. That's something we love to see. The company can't get no better. We come from running the streets, but we here now. The vibes all good. We survived. We gon' try and show the world inside the minds of some visionary brothers. We only got each other. We don't support each other. Ain't nobody gonna love us. We can talk about the violence, the silence, the Mayans, the stake that the minds and the science, defiance, living and dying and laughing and crying, pure bliss and heartache and quitting and trying. That's real from the heart, truth in the heart. To come up in the future, we just gotta play our part. Can we handle that? Let them tear us apart. Infusion breakdown show. Go and talk about your thought.